Hey everybody, welcome to episode 141 of Build That House with me, Jim. I'm Jim, and for those of you that are just joining me, I'm basically a guy, a dude, trying to build a 4,200 square foot house by myself. So it's been 3.5 years now, and I'm carrying on. Got the big pour happening next week for the main and upper floors. It's very exciting. I've coordinated it with the concrete guys. It's supposed to be happening. Anything can happen in this business, though, so you never really know until it is happening. In the meantime, I do have a little spare time. So in November, a big storm came along and blew this fence darn near over, and I got it propped up there. So I'm stripping off the ivy, and there's a ton of it. And then I'm going to decide how I'm going to handle the reconstruction of it. In a perfect world, I'd like to use metal for the fence. You've seen a lot of metal fencing, kind of almost like roofing material, metal roofing material used for fencing. And I like that idea a lot because it doesn't rot. But I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. Either way, I may be able to use this old wood. I'd rather not. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. That's where we are. Episode 141. Thanks for joining me. And it should be a good episode because this is pretty epic for me to get the floors poured. I've been prepping for it for a long time. I got the okay from the building inspector to go ahead. Everything's A-okay on the heating pipe. So, welcome to 141. Alrighty. Day 2 of fence demolition. And, second heap of ivy that was just caked onto this fence. And to be honest with you, I have to do that job every year, and I'd kind of rather not do that job every year. So fence generally lasts about 15-20 years. That's going to make me an old man when this one needs replacing. So I'm going to try to do something a little bit more permanent. Thinking ahead, thinking 15 years ahead. This will be the last fence on this side that I'll build, I think. And I'll show you how I'm going to do it. All right, folks. That old fence is gone. The ivy is gone. And I've started to put in the new posts. Reusing the old, reusing the old mounts. Just couldn't resist. Remember, I've built enough fences to know that if the post is in the ground, I don't care if you concrete it, bury it, wrap it in whatever you want to wrap it in, tar paper or house wrap, those posts are rotting eventually. Okay, got 4 new posts in. Cool thing about this is they're not touching the ground. So like I said before, when you get air around your wood, it's going to slow the rotting process down big time. Piece of wood stays in the ground saturated with moisture. I don't care if it's red cedar, treated. It's eventually going to rot. And I mean like 10-15 years. But 10-15 years seems like it comes around an awful lot when you're having to rebuild your fence. Nonetheless, this is the way I'm going to approach it. I also priced out the difference between wood and metal used for siding on a house. Worked out to be a little bit cheaper to go metal. And the beauty of that option is that it will also last forever or decades. I kind of like the modern contemporary look of a metal fence anyway. And it's a little easier to keep stuff from growing on it too. It's a little bit harder and easier to strip ivy and stuff like that grows on. Not against stuff like that growing on fences. I kind of like that look a little bit, but it has to be somewhat manageable. Wood, it just seems to just cling on to it. And however, so I got confirmation next Monday, Tuesday, they're going to be pouring the main floor and the upper floor. So no words going to express my anticipation. It's been a long time coming, and I look very forward to that momentous event. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I got a little extra time, so let's build this fence. Hey, chicken. Well, I just couldn't resist. I had to grab a load of 3/4 inch crushed rock. This stuff is relatively inexpensive. You lay a little fabric down, in this case, a little leftover house wrap that I had kicking around. And, you know, you're doing yourself a big favor. For a couple hours work and, you know, not very much money, you save yourself a lot of weeding and maintenance in the future. So I'm just going to dress this up a little bit, and that'll look really fresh. Much better. Clean, maintenance free. That's what you want. And for the price of dinner, years of hassle-free maintenance. Okay guys, so that's all ready to go. The metal should be here probably Thursday or Friday of next week. And I can button that project up. It's going to take a little time, fastening the metal and trimming all around, you know, the edges and stuff. But also on Monday, Tuesday, the floors get poured. So I am super pumped about some action happening finally around here. But I've always kind of wanted to fix this area up down here at the bottom of the basement entrance. When you do the forms, sometimes there's a gap or a little bit of concrete leaks between the panels. Here's a real bad situation here. And, you know, I don't know if people realize you can do this. I mean, a lot would, but some may not. That you can actually grind that stuff down and make it look a lot better. In this corner here, I just kind of find that a little bit unsightly. So let's see what we can do here to clean it up a little bit. Use a special tool called a concrete grinding wheel, and very hard metal pads on there. And let's just take a look and see if I can clean this up a little bit. So it cleans it up quite nicely. But in order to do this, it's a lot of hard work. I had to give myself a blister in like 15 minutes, so we'll hit it another day, another time. You can see how that really makes it look a lot more pleasant. So this will complete this episode 141. Thanks for joining me on this vlog. I did lots of talking, but there will be tons of action in episode 142 with the dudes doing their thing, and I have got every positive intention sent out that this is going to be great. So we'll see you in a little bit. It won't be long because I should be able to get the next episode up in 2 or 3 days from now. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for taking an interest, and we'll see you real soon for the big cha-cha-cha moment here on the Build That House with Jim vlog. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate you checking it out. Catch you on the next episode. It's going to be great.